Hey folks, what's up? Jax here. We are having a bunch of fun. All specced up in my new Green Jesus Orc Warrior. So in terms of this warrior, I'm having a lot of fun with Fury. It's got a lot more self-survivability than what we've seen through the Legion build, and there's a lot more passive damage there. So there's more win conditions than really just relying on recklessness, which is how we were totally built. Enrage gives you a great damage reduction due to Warpaint. I'm talented into Warpaint right now, as well as your self-healing for Bloodthirst, Enrage Regeneration, and Battle Terrence. So check that out. Fury's definitely strong, but it does have some weaknesses compared to Arms. Um, Losing that Mortal Strike healing reduction effect, that's a major one. That's really the differentiator about why Arms becomes so powerful once you're into 2v2, 3v3, although Fury's still holding up in 2, so keep that in mind if you're planning on running with it from a composition standpoint. In terms of Battlegrounds, I really like Fury. It's just the mobility and it's the simplicity aspect of it. I think race-wise, you are hard to beat Orc. Like, even with the effect of hardiness, you combine that with Gladiator's Medallion, and that kind of freedom and the ability to get out crowd controls is exceptional. Human has been totally butchered. They screwed up their racial and tied it to the Gladiator Medallion cooldown. So if you're actually on the Alliance side, you have to be a warrior. Definitely go with Gnome. You're actually able to combine that with their Escape Artist, which isn't bound to Gladiator's Medallion. So you can kind of see Blizz is trying to encourage a few more gnomes. We'll see what that actually turns into. Spec-wise, you can see it on my top row. I'm talented into Stormbolt. I like having that extra stun. Sudden Death, Warpaint, Endless Rage, really straightforward abilities. And you're just gonna see us start to get it. Didn't expect that one warrior up there to knock down that enemy flag carrier. Not sure if that guy was going solo, but this Alliance group is in trouble suddenly. Knock them down quick. They really aren't taking advantage of their numbers. They're kind of just going in ones. I thought they would cleave us out here. The Death Knights were rocking their anti-magic, but that really doesn't affect us a whole lot when all of our damage is physical. So you can see, really just trying to take advantage of as many of those charges. And I actually have a charge macro set up right now, where whenever I do hop into it, I'm actually able to take advantage of my self-heal right away once I get a kill in. Being able to take care of that, ensuring you're topping up your heal as much as possible with Fury is a great way to really start to dominate here. With this group, we actually only had that single monk healer. Not that he necessarily was falling around our flag carrier, but we were doing alright. So here's our flag carrier here. He's actually just focused. We're going to do what we can to free him up. Off he goes. This is where I miss being a pally and dropping that Blessing of Freedom. But start to make our way down. And really kind of a strange group. They didn't tunnel on our flag carrier very much. And he's already a slow Death Knight. Like, they should have been dropping every CC they have on him at this point. Hey, that's easy. Easy. It also helps when your flag carrier's out there just ripping dudes. It makes a very easy focus for me to identify. Again, this it's the mobility that comes with those extra charges. Really lets me jump from really enemy to enemy. The challenge with this, though, I found is that sometimes I do work myself outside of my own group or pack, and that just kind of leaves me exposed to as a focus candidate if I take advantage of too much of that mobility. Consistent if you're a Havoc Demon Hunter as well. You gotta not identify yourself as a target before everyone else gets around. But yeah, this whole Alliance Battleground just kind of tried to go for our 1 against 4 constantly, so good luck to them on that. Thanks for those easy kills. If you're completely new to Fury, you want to get your strength up first off as high as possible. Then you really want to get your rage generation and enrage uptime up. That's actually all tied to haste. A lot of specs, the secondary stat might not be haste, but with some of the global cooldowns we're seeing, that's certainly where we end up landing. And in particular with Fury, it's designed for haste to be the most value added. So take advantage of it. Rampage as much as you possibly can. But really, once you're over 75 rage, there's no reason you shouldn't be hitting Rampage. Then you should be rocking Recklessness on cooldown or whenever you need a big burst. Execute once you see that Enrage buff pop up in the top right hand side on my screen. Bloodthirst when my Rage and Enrage or Raging Blow is all on cooldown. Bloodthirst is kind of my fallback, especially when you just need a little bit of health. Restores 5% of the total health, so really straightforward. They actually start focusing on me here. Really surprised me. I'm just trying to limit their mobility and keep them away from our flag carrier. This hunter back there is making my life a little painful. In addition to that Death Knight, but that guy's just choked because I've been knocking him down this whole battleground. So what we're going to do here, ignore my filler whirlwind. Take advantage of that charge again. So much fun. All the builds that exist out there, I'm in big trouble. Single digit health. I'm just gonna dip right out. Found my monk. He drops a little cocoon on me. And that whole group of Alliance players gets eradicated. That's gotta be demoralizing, especially because we're up 2-0. So back into your build or your rotation, all the builds focus on the same real principle, and that's just converting as much rage as possible into Rampage. Rampage, as you get up in eye level, that's really what gets you your enrage buff, and it unleashes a series of 4 strikes that just smack your opponent for physical damage. Unless you've got a pally there who can bop, you're going to be knocking down your opponent once you start lining up a few enrage. And if you're fortunate, you can get your execute to run with it and kind of complement the enrage side there. So we lost our flag carrier there. I don't know if you noticed it. And they actually were able to pick up our flag. So I'm going to make my way up just so I can pick this up and then hand it off to the Death Knight. Dipping up. Death Knight races me back here. Not always known for their speed, but fortunate for us that they weren't camping. That probably would have been a better play for them, to be honest with you. Haven't already had our flag, but we'll leave that alone. Yeah, Fury, really straightforward damage dealer. It's not quite as simple a rotation as what we see with our Demon Hunters. That's really like a 3-button game. Okay, there's nothing to that. But here's our big pack, and we are just going to leave them. I don't know if people just aren't used to continuing to take advantage of the CCs, but that flight carrier's gone. This guy is getting killed. Just trying to keep my flag, keep her alive as much as possible. There's our cocoon again. This monk actually came in helpful a couple times. This was a big clutch one for our flag carrier for sure. But this is a pretty straightforward build or class if you haven't played it before. That we're gonna go find this warrior that I've seen. I haven't seen this warrior up until this point. Their shaman healer runs right up into the middle. There you go. He did not stand a chance. And now I found my death knight again. That anti-magic shell is going down. They're doing everything that they can to take out our monk healer here. No luck on that front, and then here they are again, trying to knock off the flag carrier. Really straightforward, folks. In terms of resource management, Fury is a ton of fun. Introduces players to pretty simplistic, but a really good starting single target burst and AoE build. So there's a lot of fun ways you can play the game here. And we're just about to wrap this up. This enemy flag carrier thinks they're getting away. I don't think you can hide underwater here. There you go. We'll return that flag, and this game is done. Thanks for watching, folks. Punch that subscribe button. My flag carrier should be turning it in. There it is. How about that? Alright, thanks again for watching. Punch subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Later.